Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli, and that's right, I'm pretty sure I did this before, because I'm doing another one, of course. Yep, my thoughts on what happened for this year's D23 Expo. Yes, so D23 Expo 2024 had come and gone, and with the announcements made at D23 Expo from movies, what's coming to Disney Plus, theme parks, you name it. I think for this year, this was a pretty good D23 Expo, and with the announcements that were made. And also, not to mention, this year's Disney Legends Awards, and who became Disney Legends. Yeah, I'll of course talk about the Disney Legends, so I want to start with movies first. Well, and because, I had done a reaction video, if any of you have or have not seen that, where I've reacted to the trailers that were unveiled at D23. So the movies that were announced, and we got more updates of, some that are coming this year and next year and, 2 years from now, no trailers yet, and they're in development and so on. Well, I think for this year's announcement of films and the updates we got, not bad. Like, the ones that we already know are coming, some that are coming this year and next year, well, from, the new Star Wars live-action show, Skeleton Crew, Mufasa, The Lion King, Snow White, and apparently it's just going to be titled Snow White. I mean, I'm not complaining. I guess that's fine, so... and also, other trailers that came out, well, of course, Agatha All Along, the Marvel stuff, trailers that have not been out on social media, at least not yet, and as of this recording and as of this upload, definitely, trailers that have not come out, but were shown exclusively at D23 from some of the upcoming Star Wars materials and Marvel materials, like, from, say, Daredevil Born Again, Thunderbolts, Captain America Brave New World, The Mandalorian, and Grogu, and it really seems like that's going to be the title of that film, The Mandalorian and Grogu. I'm not complaining. In fact, because after D23 happened, I had a long conversation with my dad. I mean, technically, D23 was still going on, because when me and my dad, we were on the road to a convention that we went to, which I'm sure you guys know, of course. While we were on the road, I was having a conversation with my dad about what was revealed at D23 and so on. And, yeah, and with the announcements that I told him, like, he was excited for some of them, and, I'll talk more about them. And when talking about the movies, the films that were announced, and, updates on, on upcoming films that are in development currently, he thought they were pretty interesting, and I don't think he really had a problem with The Mandalorian and Grogu being officially titled The Mandalorian and Grogu. But from according to some leaks that got out of, the trailer shown for The Mandalorian and Grogu, well, apparently it seems as though Zeb, and I don't see why it couldn't be Zeb, the species of Zeb, it seems like Zeb is going to be in the film, and that's nice to see. And also, the trailer shown for Captain America Brave New World, well, we got our first look at, Red Hulk, Harrison Ford as Ross, and Ross turning into the Red Hulk. I almost said the Incredible Hulk. Pretty cool. Obviously, the Red Hulk would have to have the likeness, of course, of Harrison Ford. It's obvious. That goes for, of course, the past actors who have played Bruce Banner / the Incredible Hulk, and what's-her-face as She-Hulk, obviously. And also, and of course, can't forget to mention what was revealed at the end of She-Hulk, Bruce Banner's son. Yeah, so anyways, also we got our first look official full look, even though technically it was kind of leaked, but now it's been revealed. Live-action Lilo and Stitch. We got our first look at Stitch, you know, because he crashed his way into D23, and knowing Stitch, of course, and what he does, his, like, little, you know, humorous, mischievous things that he does, and causing some trouble, and almost, like, causing a power outage or something, you know, at the panel for films and such, yeah, and Stitch, like, breaking his way through the screen or something, you know, through the castle logo, and yeah, that's where we did get our first look at Stitch. Boy, it's going to be really exciting when this comes out, and when we get trailers of Lilo and Stitch, the live-action Lilo and Stitch film, of course, and to see what the other alien characters are going to look like. We know, of course, what Stitch is going to look like, so it's obvious. For the other alien characters, like, say, Jumba and Pleakley, well, clearly they're going to have to resemble how they looked in the animated Lilo and Stitch film, but, you know, this is live action, so they have to look realistic and so on, and they would still have to have, and of course, they would be, they're usually good at this. Disney's usually good at this, like, with certain characters. In this case, the characters from Lilo and Stitch, they have to look real, but, you know, they can still, you know, incorporate, you know, how they looked in the animated version, you know what I mean? And, you know, the same goes for the dwarves in the upcoming live-action Snow White film. But yeah, to finish Lilo and Stitch, yeah, it was nice to see that we got our official full look at Stitch, and now, as of now, it's coming next year in the summer. And I was having a real good feeling, and if any of you felt the same way too as I did, I was having a real good feeling because we were not getting any more updates of the live-action Lilo and Stitch film. I was getting the good feeling that there's no way. There's just no way this is coming out this year. Most likely next year. And especially, well, summer will be coming to an end, you know, down the road a little. And again, and as of this upload, so, you know. So, yeah, nice to see that it is coming next year in the summer, and until we get our first trailer, maybe in the next couple of months, we'll just have to wait and see. You never know. Okay, coming to Snow White some more, because, yeah, I reacted to that trailer, because, again, the reaction video I did to reacting to the trailers that were unveiled at D23, one of them being Snow White. You know what, still, with what I said in my reaction video, yeah, still feel the same way, because I'll give this a shot. It does look stunning, I guess you could say. I think, yeah, I heard that from some other people, and a friend of mine as well felt the same way too. And, you know, sadly, say what you will about Rachel Zegler, am I saying her last name right? If I'm not, I'm sorry, you know me sometimes. Her playing the title character Snow White. Well, here's one thing. She's really got a good singing voice. I'll give her that. And besides, like, she seems to be a good actress, and let's face it, because she was obviously fantastic in Steven Spielberg's West Side Story. There's no doubt about it. Spielberg's West Side Story turned out to be really good. So, and I'm sure as though that, you know, she may be an okay Snow White, and what's wrong with the costume? And I can't remember, did I bring that up in my reaction? If I did or did not, but even if I did, I'll say it again, because, you know, what's wrong with the costume of Snow White? It looks fine to me. And the dwarves, yeah, I know, because no offense, because you can blame it on Peter Dinklage, because I'm sure some of you guys would recall what Peter Dinklage had to say, you know, his comment on, you know, the upcoming live-action Snow White film, and with dwarf actors and such. Yeah, because of his comment, this is what caused, you know, for Disney to, I guess, not to hire dwarf actors or something, just, I guess, do it carefully or something. I don't know, but you know, they're going to be CG. I would assume as though dwarf actors are going to voice the dwarves, right? I don't see why not. I'm pretty sure, because I remember seeing this, that what's-him-face who played the one dwarf pirate in Pirates of the Caribbean, you know who I'm talking about. I believe, yeah, because there was a video I saw, I think on TikTok and Facebook, where he stated that, you know, he was going to voice Grumpy. So, okay, like, it seems fitting for dwarf actors to voice the dwarves, right? So, and you know what, because, I've seen, like, of course I've seen a couple of, like, stilled shots and what the dwarves are going to look like on screen in the live-action Snow White. They don't look that bad to me. And, you know, like I said about the Lilo and Stitch alien characters, and for the dwarves, that also goes for the dwarves. They have to look real, and this is live action, but, you know, incorporating, like, some facial elements and stuff, how they looked in the animated version, okay? Also, Gal Gadot, yeah. Her as the Wicked Queen, I have no doubt that she'll be really good as the Wicked Queen, knowing her, so... okay, but anyways, so that's what I have to say on Snow White still, so far. And for Mufasa the Lion King, well, I think a lot of people as of now, they seem to be interested in giving this one Disney live-action film a shot. And for Mufasa the Lion King, well, it really seems like as of now, a lot of people seem to be excited for this one. They seem to be intrigued. I mean, for me, well, I'm still gonna give it a watch, of course. And a lot of people are saying that the facial expressions to the characters and what was in the trailers, like, more like facial expressions or something, unlike, you know, the first live-action Lion King film. I'll have to go back and look. And in comparison to what was shown in the trailers, like, the facial expressions of the animals, you know, like, showing, you know, different facial you know, you get what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, because I didn't see any, it never came to mind, like, that there was something wrong with the emotion and the facial expressions, you know, of the characters in the first live-action Lion King. I never thought of it until now, and again, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it, because I have seen the first live-action Lion King film, okay? So, yeah. But overall, I mean, the more we got in the official trailer for Mufasa, and, you know, unveiled at D23, and apparently, because, well, we already know that there's gonna be snow in it, but also apparently white lions. Well, we all know, of course, there are some white lions, and apparently the white lions that are going to be in Mufasa, they're the main antagonists. Okay, so fine by me. But anyways, yeah, overall, I'm looking forward to Mufasa the Lion King, and, you know, whether if I see that in theaters or not, or wait until Disney Plus. And that also goes for, like, say, Snow White and Lilo and Stitch, although I am really considering seeing those on the big screen, if possibly, if I ever get the chance to do so. But anyways, and films that were updated, that we got, the updates we got on the films that are in development currently, from Toy Story 5, two new Pixar films that were officially announced at D23, Hoppers, and The Incredibles 3. Yeah, we're getting The Incredibles 3. It's official. And also Win or Lose. We got more updates on Win or Lose, and we did get a trailer for Win or Lose. And also updates on Zootopia 2, and a bunch of if there's any other films that I'm forgetting to mention. Well, overall, yeah, great to see that, we got updates on those. Also, Elio. We got more updates on Elio. The one Pixar film that was originally supposed to come out this year, but it got pushed back to next year. And I guess probably it'll be worth it until when it comes out, and I'm sure, because from what I've heard, I guess I can see why it got pushed back. I mean, maybe one of the reasons was because of Inside Out 2, but not just that, okay? But anyways, so, so first off, let me go ahead and first talk about Hoppers. I don't have that much to say on Hoppers so far, because of course, I've heard what's going to happen in Hoppers. Apparently, like, it's going to have a beaver, and the beaver's, like, mind or something is going to be switched with a human or something. I think so, yeah. And so far, the voice cast that was announced, well, I recognize them, definitely. They seem to be some pretty good choices, and, well, Pixar never fails at getting the right actors to voice certain characters in their films, and that goes for every other animated film from other animation studios. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm sure as though that, yeah, most likely I'll enjoy it, and, you know, when we get trailers for Hoppers, and, well, I'll have more to say on it. I know that my friend Tiki from So You Want to Be an Imagineer, shout out to him, because he's excited for this, and yeah, I can tell that it's going to be a fresh new story that Pixar is going to do, so yeah. Okay, win or lose, I'll go ahead and talk about win or lose. I really don't have that much to say on it. I, of course, know that it's going to be a series coming to Disney Plus from Pixar, going to be about baseball and so on, and I remember, I think that goes for all of us. We all remember hearing about this for a couple of years, and now it's official, because I believe it's supposed to come out sometime next year. I'm pretty sure, yeah. But overall, I mean, I'll give it a watch, of course, and I'm sure I'll enjoy it. Also, the updates for Elio, yeah, because let me come to Elio next. Well, I mean, again, I'm looking forward to it. There are like two big changes that have come to Elio: the director and one voice actress, and that's American Ferrara, if I'm getting her last name right. You know who I'm talking about. She was originally supposed to voice an ant character to Elio, the ant to Elio, but now it's going to be Zoe Saldana. I mean, it's a shame that it's not going to be America, but Zoe seems an acceptable choice, and who doesn't love Zoe Saldana? No doubt that she'll be good in this. And, you know, she's no stranger to science fiction, and Elio is going to be a science fiction film from Pixar, so, yeah. And, of course, we are still going to have Brad Garrett in it, obviously. So, yeah, overall, I look forward to when Elio comes out next year. Okay, now let's talk about Toy Story 5. Yeah, Toy Story 5. So, the updates we got on Toy Story 5, well, we basically have our story now. Toys versus tech. Yeah. It's toys going against technology, and it's very understandable, because, you know, for a lot of us, we, you know, focus a lot on our phones and iPads, but, you know, that's not to say we wouldn't, you know, not play with our toys anymore, right? So, I mean, heck, and for that matter, we would do toy videos, you know, and filming it with our phones and such. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And we already got a concept art piece that was unveiled, and the toys watching sadly at Bonnie under her bedsheet on her iPad, and Woody is in that concept art piece. So, yeah, Woody is gonna reunite with the toy gang, and, yeah, I've talked about this before, because I'm sure they'll find a way, and Toy Story 5 will explain how Woody reunites with them. There's no doubt about it. And besides, Forky was also in that concept art piece too. So, also, well, as we all know, Andrew Stanton, he's going to direct Toy Story 5, and he also mentioned and teased 50 Rogue Buzz Lightyear action figures are going to be in Toy Story 5. Like, that's interesting. Might have to do something with tech. I don't know, but we'll find out. So, yeah, so that was great to see the updates we got on Toy Story 5. Also, Incredibles 3. Yes, Incredibles 3. Again, it's official. And I stated this before, because like how I felt with Toy Story 5, The Incredibles 3, I feel, was up in the air for a while, just as Toy Story 5. Both of them were up in the air, and now it is official. We're not only getting Toy Story 5, but also The Incredibles 3. And it's exciting to see an Incredibles 3. And Brad Bird, rightfully so, coming back to do The Incredibles 3. I mean, The Incredibles is his baby, so yeah. So The Incredibles 3 currently being in development, and as of, right now, because Brad Bird, he's busy and underway with Ray Gun coming from Skydance Animation and Netflix. So he's working on that first, and after that, he'll work on The Incredibles 3. So, and Ray Gun, there's some interesting facts about Ray Gun and its development. And just to quickly mention it, not to go off topic, but Ray Gun was a project that Brad Bird wanted to do for quite a long time, going back to the 1990s, when Turner Animation was still around, and it was considered at first to be a hand-drawn film, but as of now, and because it's finally happening, it's going to be computer animated. And just like what happened with The Incredibles, Brad was considering the first Incredibles film to be hand-drawn, but then it changed being computer animated. And you know what? It was great to see that it became computer animated, because it turned out fantastic being computer animated, and I have no doubt that the same will go for Ray Gun. And I've seen the poster for Ray Gun. Some guy in a trench coat or something, I'm sure it'll look good in computer animated. So anyways, so again, after Brad is finished with Ray Gun, he's gonna work on The Incredibles 3. And hey, I'm sure as though he's come up with an idea and a story and what happens in The Incredibles 3. So, and, it's unfortunate because The Incredibles 2, it wasn't bad or anything. I mean, a lot of us enjoyed it, right? I know I did. My parents did. It didn't turn out to be a bad sequel to The Incredibles. But from what I've heard, there were some problems with Helen's story and such. I didn't see anything wrong with her story and what was going on with her, but, so, yeah, hopefully for The Incredibles 3, it'll turn out pretty good. I have no doubt about it. So, anyways, so with The Incredibles 3 out of the way, well, Zootopia 2. Yeah, the updates we got on Zootopia 2. Well, in Zootopia 2, and finally, we're getting reptiles. And one of the main characters for Zootopia 2 is going to be a snake named Gary. Yeah, Gary the Snake. And he will be voiced by, I have trouble pronouncing his full name, Short Round from Indiana Jones. Yeah, him. He's going to be voicing Gary the Snake. Nice to see. So yeah, it's great to see that Zootopia is finally going to add in reptiles and more than just reptiles, some other animals, and from some concept art pieces that was unveiled, there's going to be more than just reptiles, some certain animals that we did not see in the first Zootopia film, and if you know this, yeah. And new wardrobe that Judy and Nick is going to have looks good. The new wardrobe they have looks good, Nick is wearing a pink shirt or something. Yeah, so overall, I can't wait for Zootopia 2. I, and along with a lot of other people, have been asking for Zootopia 2, and now, of course, we're getting it. And what we know so far, and until a trailer comes out for Zootopia 2, yeah. Also, Moana 2 was brought up. Well, I think by now we know much on what to expect with Moana 2, and yeah, because an official trailer for Moana 2 came out, and yeah, I look forward to Moana 2. Also, speaking of Moana, Dwayne Johnson, another film that was announced, I don't have that much to say, but if it is what I think it's gonna be, and what's gonna go on in this, I don't know. Basically, Dwayne Johnson is gonna be doing a live-action movie with Disney. Aside from the live-action Moana film, we know about that, but this one is gonna be called Monster Trucks. I don't know, seems interesting. And if it's gonna go in the direction I think it's gonna go, basically, and to put it at this, what I'm thinking of, a simple, fun, live-action Disney film to watch. You know what I mean? Just a fun one. You know, you get what I'm saying. So, yeah, so, but, you know, overall, I mean, I'll give this a shot, and the more updates we get on it, and the more we'll have to say. And if there's anything else I'm missing from movies and shows, I apologize, and if there's anything else I've missed, well, of course, you know, nice to hear the updates and announcements that were made, and, yeah, can't wait. So, and also, I just now remembered, the Inside Out series, we did get an update on that, and it's going to focus on, I guess, the Dream filming studios that, you know, that was shown in the first Inside Out film. Yeah, it's going to center on that. Seems interesting. And apparently, it's going to take place in between Inside Out and Inside Out 2. I guess that's what I heard. I don't know. All right, but aside from that, let's come to theme parks. Yeah, because, yeah, what was announced at the theme parks? Holy cow. I tell ya, just really awesome. Yeah, some of them I'm gonna go through quickly, because, yeah, like, first off, like, say, what was announced for, say, Star Wars and Marvel. Well, some new upcoming, like, stuff for Star Wars and Marvel at the theme parks, like, a few new attractions for Marvel at the Avengers campus, one particularly where Robert Downey Jr. is going to reprise the role of Tony Stark. That's nice to see. And a new attraction that has to do with Spider-Man, and apparently, from what I've heard, now jumping to Star Wars, I don't know, because from what I've heard, there's going to be an update to Smuggler's Run or something, and it has to do with The Mandalorian. I really don't know, because, I mean, but overall, I mean, it'll be exciting to see what else new will come, you know, of Star Wars to the Disney theme parks, and of course, mainly Galaxy's Edge, so, yeah. Okay, so there's that on Marvel and Star Wars. Also, there's going to be a new show coming to the theater of Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. I mean, Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln is not going anywhere, and that's good to see. However, it'll have a second show. Like, I take a good guess, like, you know, Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln will start, and then the next show will start, if you get what I'm saying. And basically, it's going to be a show centering on Walt Disney. And I know that there is a title for it. I'll put the name of the title in a text. Basically, we're going to have a Walt Disney animatronic. How awesome is that? And, yeah, there are some people that are just, I guess, not okay with this or something, but let's face it, Walt Disney loved animatronics, and surely he would have gotten a kick out of, like, seeing, like, a duplicate of him as an animatronic or something. I'm just saying. And this isn't the first time that there's been, like, an animatronic that has been modeled after somebody, right? Like, this is a fact. Take, for example, the one pirate in the jail cell in Pirates of the Caribbean whistling. That pirate, whistling and holding the rope, was modeled after a janitor at Disney. Yeah, so there's that for an example. Yeah, just overall, I can't wait to see what this is going to look like, the show. And obviously, yeah, the theater is going to rotate. Like, you know, Mr. Lincoln will, you know, where he's standing, it'll rotate, and thus Walt Disney, yeah. And apparently, because it was also stated that Walt's great-nephew got a kick out of this, and he approved of this. But there are other family members of Disney that are not okay with this, from what I've heard. I don't know, but, well, it's their opinion, and I can understand it, so how some certain family members feel, that's true. Anyways, also, yeah, what else do I want to talk about next? Okay, I might as well, yeah, because I just now thought of this. Apparently, what's coming to Frontierland in Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World, I think you know what it is that I'm now talking about. apparently we're getting 2 new attractions from Cars, because we're going to have a bit of Cars in Frontierland. And supposedly, and I hope this isn't the case, really I hope this isn't the case, officially the case I should say, that a little bit of Rivers of America is going to be demolished, and the Cars stuff will be added there. There is no way they can do that. Seriously, this is the Rivers of America we're talking about. And Tom Sawyer and the Liberty Boat. Are you kidding me? There's just no way they can do that. If there's not another, like, empty space or something that has not been touched, maybe they can do that? I don't know. I mean, and the concept art was unveiled, and I was a bit confused on the concept art. Like, I could see Big Thunder Mountain in there, but where exactly would the Cars place be located? I mean, I couldn't tell. I'll have to go back. I might have to go back and look at that concept art piece. But, yeah, let's just hope that the Rivers of America will not be demolished, because there's no way they can possibly do that. So, and let alone get rid of Tom Sawyer Island and Liberty Boat, the biggest things that are a part of the Magic Kingdom, and of course Frontierland itself, okay? There's just no way. But I mean, overall, I look forward to, you know, a bit of Cars coming to Disney World. And, you know, not to mention, I remember hearing this. I know my mom heard about this too. There were rumors speculating that we would be getting a Cars Land in Disney's Hollywood Studios, but that ultimately did not happen, and yeah, that wasn't true. But as of now, we're getting a bit of Cars in Disney World at Frontierland in the Magic Kingdom. So, but again, let's hope that they don't do anything to the Rivers of America, and they can find a way to put it somewhere else where there isn't a piece of, you know, land or something that's been touched, you know, so in the area of Frontierland. Anyways. And also, yeah, another thing to mention about the upcoming Cars attractions, well, they're not going to be exactly like what's at Cars Land in Disney's California Adventure. They will be different, and that's good to see. Like, one of them will not be anything like Radiator Springs Racers, and that's understandable, and that's okay. Yeah, we don't need duplicates of certain attractions all the time. You know what I'm saying? Just, yeah. Anyways, so with that out of the way, and my comment on this and what I had to say, and, you know, people feeling about the Rivers of America, well, and how I established it, yeah, okay, yeah, staying on Magic Kingdom, this is official. Everybody went nuts for this, from what I saw. Like, videos taken at the parks panel, and when this was announced officially, yeah, this is something that a lot of, you know, park lovers and guests, they have been wanting to see for years. And this was something that Disney was thinking of as well, like maybe doing a roller coaster of this or something, I don't know. And the fact that it was teased and mentioned in, I think, the last D23 Expo, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Well, again, it's official. We're getting a Villain's Land. Yeah, it's official. That is going to be really exciting. We're going to get 2 new attractions, dining, shopping. Yeah, it's going to be really exciting. And no doubt, like, say, there will be walkarounds of the Disney villains. For me personally, because I would like to see the majority of Disney villains, especially those that have not been out in the parks for a long time, and they would sometimes come out at rare occasional times, you know? Like, the ones that come to mind, for me, are Professor Ratigan and Prince John, and we all know, of course, there are meet and greet characters of the Robin Hood characters, but this is true. They did exist. Meet and greet, walk-around characters of the Great Mouse Detective, mainly just Basil and Ratigan, and there are pictures out there online of the costumed Great Mouse Detective characters, Basil and Ratigan. Heck, a few pictures where Vincent Price is standing right next to the Disney villain he voiced, Ratigan, the costumed character of Ratigan. Yeah, so, but who really knows? I mean, possibly, but, you know, overall we'll just have to wait and see. But it would be really nice. But probably, if they're gonna be there, I don't see why not. Maybe just there is, like, say, cameos or something, you know. But anyways. Yeah, so, overall, I'm looking forward to the upcoming Villains Land. Can't wait. Okay, and now, I'm thinking of this, and yeah, because I'll go ahead and talk about this. I should have talked about this before, the Villains Land, like, saving the best for last of what was announced for the parks, but, you know, I've just been talking randomly and freely, so, yeah. So, over at Disneyland Paris, we're going to have a Flog-a-Loom attraction of The Lion King. And it's going to be from the live-action Lion King. It's going to be that version of The Lion King. We're basically going to have frickin' Pride Rock at Disneyland Paris, and it's going to be, again, it's going to be a log flume ride, and it'll be just like, say, Splash Mountain. In my opinion, and how I feel about this, like, water coming from Pride Rock, well, I were to assume probably, you know, there was a big heavy rainstorm or something in the African savannas, and it making its way to the location of Pride Rock. I guess, I don't know. I'm sure either way, we're gonna find out, and there's gonna be a story, no doubt about it. There's gonna be a story as to why Pride Rock is, like, flooded and such. I don't see why not. Well, and the fact is, though, that, well, most likely the Lion King characters will be speaking in French, but, you know. But yeah, just overall, and the concept art piece that we got, pretty exciting, yeah. Okay, so, and if I recall, yeah, we did get an update on Test Track and Epcot, and I think a few updates at Epcot or something. I'm pretty sure, yeah. But, over at Animal Kingdom, well, it is official. We're getting Indiana Jones, Encanto, and Coco. It's official. They're coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom. This one section, and I wish I could remember it, but, you know, again, I'll put a text of the name of it. Yeah, all three are coming to Animal Kingdom, and sadly, they're going to replace Dino Land. As, you know, as much as I think that goes for all of us, as much as we'll miss Dino Land, it'll be exciting to see, you know, Indiana Jones, Encanto, and Coco coming to Animal Kingdom, and what they have planned for those three things. We are obviously going to be getting an Indiana Jones attraction. I guess just a little similar to the one at Disneyland. Well, I mean, let's face it, Dino Land is almost a clone of the Indiana Jones attraction at Disneyland. Same ride system and track layout and so on, yeah. And it is a shame, because as much as I hate to see the dinosaur ride get rid of, you know, but it'll still be exciting for the Indiana Jones attraction to come. And is it not possible? And I don't see why not. Could Disney not leave something dinosaurish at Animal Kingdom? Seriously, I don't see why not. Maybe they will. We'll just have to wait and see. Also, there's going to be a water ride for Coco. We did get a little bit of a art piece of it, concept art piece. Pretty cool. And Encanto, I think, yeah, if I remember correctly, there will be an attraction for Encanto or something. But yeah, just overall, it's exciting to hear that it is official. We're getting Indiana Jones, Coco, and Encanto coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom. This new section of Animal Kingdom, yeah, so. Okay, and yeah, I saved this one land that was announced. I saved the best for last, in my opinion. I think I pretty much did. And was there anything else? No, I don't think so. Okay, so now we come to this. Monsters, Inc. There's going to be a Monsters, Inc. land coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios. Is this not exciting or what? And Billy Crystal showed up, and he made the announcement himself. Great to see. Good old Billy. Yeah, it's going to be really exciting that we're getting a Monsters, Inc. land, and most notably, we're getting a door vault attraction, and for the first time ever, this one specific ride system that has never been in a Disney park. It is official, and rightfully so, and it's very fitting because, well, you know, it'll be for the Door Vault attraction, and the name of the ride system, I'll put a text, yeah, because I wish it feels like it would be so easy to remember the name of it, but sometimes no. So that's really exciting that we're getting this this ride system, and very fitting to be for the Door Vault attraction. And the fact we're going to get the Monsters Incorporated factory building, and clearly, because yeah, it'll be for the Door Vault attraction. But I'm sure as though if that's not the only attraction we're getting, if there's gonna be another one, but yeah. Okay, but aside from a lot of us being excited from it, there are some that are concerned where the Monsters, Inc. land may possibly be located and where it'll be placed. There are some that speculate, and they're concerned about this, and I would be too, but I don't think, but nothing's been announced. Like, there's no official, announcement on where it's going. People are speculating that it might replace Muppet Vision 3D. For me personally, I don't see that happening. There's just no way. And when you look at the location of Muppet Vision 3D, it's a bit small. And not to mention, well, it's nearby Galaxy's Edge. Like, it's right next door to it. So that's just not possible. There's no way. Not enough room. And there's no way that they can get rid of Muppet Vision 3D, because that being the last Muppet project that Jim Henson worked on, and knowing Jim Henson, like, he was a Disney park fanatic, and just to have something of his be in the Disney parks, yeah. So again, there's just no way. But there are some, including my friend Tiki, that believe, and I guess this would be fitting. There are some that speculate it could go in the location where Star Wars Launch Bay is, and Playhouse Disney / Disney Junior Live on Stage. Possibly, and you know what, because there's really nothing that much for, say, Star Wars Launch Bay, and especially Disney Junior Live. They can easily be get rid of, except for Voyage of the Little Mermaid, because it's in that same location too. There's no way that they're gonna get rid of that, especially since Voyage of the Little Mermaid is getting an update. I don't think they talked about Voyage of the Little Mermaid at D23, the update it's getting. I mean, we did get the announcement of it, and it'll finally have, like, say, Kiss the Girl, and one other song that, yeah, did not make it in the original Voyage of the Little Mermaid, but yeah, so you get my point. So yeah, great to see that Voyage of the Little Mermaid is not going anywhere, and it is getting an update, so maybe more than likely, possibly, Monsters, Inc. land could replace Star Wars Launch Bay and Disney Junior Live. We'll just have to wait and see. But I actually did check and see some Google Map pictures or something, like some pictures taken from, like, say, a helicopter or whatever, the location of Hollywood Studios, and there are a few spots that have not been touched where possibly Monsters, Inc. land can be at, and I'm sure you guys would know this. But overall, we'll just have to wait and see. But just overall, I mean, I can't wait until Monsters, Inc. land comes, and yeah, it's going to be really exciting. And I know because when I was talking with my dad about the announcements, and when I brought up Monsters, Inc. land, he was excited to hear. He was definitely excited to hear about Monsters, Inc. land, and the one specific ride system that's never been in the Disney parks until now. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's about it for the announcements of what's coming to the parks. Anything else that I missed out and forgot? Well, yeah, it was exciting to hear the others as well. But anyways, okay, so I'll mention the Disney Legends next, but also I have to mention Deadpool. Deadpool's appearance, it was pretty funny. Very funny that he just randomly popped up, you know, during the parks panel, doing a bunch of goofy stuff as you would expect from Deadpool. Even like doing his own rendition of Veggie Fruit from the now defunct Kitchen Cabaret at Epcot. Yeah. Also, Ryan Reynolds popped up on screen. And Meghan Trainor, yeah, she sang Feed the Birds. Well, you know, especially I feel as though probably that was in dedication to Richard Sherman. Not to mention other panels that happened at D23 Expo this year. One where there was a panel in dedication to Richard Sherman. Haley Mills, Leslie Warren, they were there and singing Let's Get Together. And even Kevin Feige, you know, had some nice things to say about Richard Sherman. Not to mention, some never-before-seen footage, I assume, was shown of Richard Sherman helping out the crew of Iron Man 2. Because, yeah, Richard Sherman wrote and helped write a song that was in Iron Man 2. Also, Bob Iger, you know, visiting Richard Sherman one last time, and before Richard Sherman passed away, you know, a year later, because, you know, at the time that this footage was recorded of Bob Iger and Richard Sherman, it was recorded a year before Richard had passed away. And basically, Richard had wrote a new verse for It's a Small World. And it was pretty good. It was a pretty good verse, especially coming from Richard Sherman, the Sherman brothers, who wrote It's a Small World. Yeah. And also, there was another panel where, I think, yeah, composers who had composed the music and scores for some of the Marvel films, and of course, most notably, Michael Giacchino. I think, yeah, I am mispronouncing his last name, but you know who I'm talking about. Because, yeah, him composing the music and score for Fantastic Four, The First Steps, and for the first time, he unveiled a sample of the music and score that he had done for the Fantastic Four film. I've listened to it, and it sounds pretty good, yeah. Okay, so now let's come to the Disney Legends. Well, this year's Disney Legends were some pretty good ones. From Mark Henn, Harrison Ford, Miley Cyrus, Frank Oz, you know, Joe Rohde. Yeah, good to see Joe Rohde finally becoming a Disney legend, rightfully so. Mark Henn, you know, one of the Disney animators who animated a lot of, you know, the Disney princesses. Yeah, and the fact that the voices of the Disney princesses, you know, from Jodie Benson, Paige O'Hara, you know, they came out and, you know, basically honoring and presenting the award to Mark Henn. And yeah, I mentioned Miley Cyrus and, yeah, a bunch of others. Yeah, Kelly Ripa, because she became a Disney legend as well. Understandable, because she had been a part of the ABC network for a long time, and, well, ABC being a part of the Disney family. Yeah, so that makes sense. And Ryan Seacrest, he was there presenting. Nice to see. And all the others who won. Also, what's-her-face who plays the Queen of Wakanda. Yeah, nice to see that she became a Disney legend. And all the others, which, you know, I can't remember all of their names. Great to see that, yeah, they all became Disney legends this year. And until whom else becomes Disney legends next year. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's about it, because, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap things up, because, yeah, D23 Expo 2024, I think it was a pretty good and not bad D23 for this year. All the announcements that were made from the movies and updates we got on upcoming movies that are in development, what's coming to the Disney parks, and the official announcements made for what's coming to the Disney parks, mainly, of course, Indiana Jones, Encanto, Coco, and The Villain's Land, this year's Disney Legends, and all the other panels that I mentioned that happened at D23. Yeah, just overall, I feel that this year's D23 Expo, a not bad one. And yep, can't wait for the next one. And what about you guys? How did you feel on this year's D23 Expo? Were you excited on the announcements that were made and whom became a Disney legend? And with what I've had to say? And yeah, what did you think of this video? Me giving my thoughts on what was announced and with the Disney legends, yeah, everything that happened for this year's D23. Leave comments and give this video a like as always. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me giving my thoughts on what happened for this year's D23 Expo. And yeah, just can't wait for the next D23, and I'm sure you guys can't wait either. I'll see you guys in the next video, and when I do another one of these, and for next year's D23. Take care, and peace out.